Okay, we come to the coverage of the men's decathlon in the 1992 Summer Olympics. The first event of the decathlon, the 100-meter sprint, down to the contestants from the unified team and the American team. There's been some concern about the fact that the unified judge is presiding over an event with the unified contestant, but we have every assurance by the Olympic Committee that there will be no irregularity. Everything will be ready. It looks like they're in the blocks, getting ready for the count, for the start. Here's the judge ready. It looks like a good start, but wait. Unified judge is calling a false start on the American contestant. Didn't seem to be any impropriety, but she's bringing him back to the line. So they're back for a start again. Well, now it looks like a false start, but don't see. No, it looks like the unified contestant has been allowed to go, and I don't believe it, ladies and gentlemen, but we're moving on to the second event of the decathlon, the shot put. The first up to throw is the American Dave Johnson. There's been a protest lodged, but we're going on in. The judge is marking where the ball landed. The judge is supposed to mark where the ball hit, otherwise the skit has no meaning. So we'll take it back to the beginning.
Idiot.
And we'll edit. The camera is still rolling, and we'll start over.
Go.
Anyway, despite American protests, we're moving on to the second event, the shot put. The American Dave Johnson is up to the line, and he throws. It looks like a good throw. The judge is marking exactly where it landed. We'll have the results in a minute. Meanwhile, we're back to the line for the unified contender to throw. Yakpt from the former Soviet Union. He's ready. He throws. And the judge is... Oh, this is highly irregular. The judge seems to be marking where it finally came to a roll after a little assistance. But it looks like they are giving the... They're giving the results to Yakpt despite American protest. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, but it looks like they're not stopping the events, and they're moving on. Okay. The judge wants him to get behind the line now. Okay. Well, it looks like there's been some concession to the American protest. A new judge has been brought in to help with the decathlon judging. The strange thing is, it's another judge from the unified team, but the Americans... Okay, here we go again. Here we go again. Well, it looks like some concessions have been made to the American protest. A new judge has been brought in to judge the decathlons. Strangely enough, it's another judge from the unified team. You know, the unified team strongly supported and strongly mans the Olympic Committee this year. But the Americans do seem content with this change of judge. You remember that one of the most significant things that the judges are watching in this event is the foul line. This is one of the strong events for the Americans, but we have had 2 faults so far during these games with Dave Johnson crossing the line. He's winding up now, ready to go, and he makes a good throw for his decathlon event. The judges are marking it. Judges do seem to be taking it very seriously, marking the position where Dave made his throw. Yakpt is now up to the line, taking his wind up, throwing. Oh, well, I think we have a little foul here. I'm sure the judge will call it. Wait, this is highly irregular. The judge is marking. The judge is marking the discus where it landed, despite the fact that Yakpt crossed the line. And again, the Americans are strongly protesting. But it looks like the judge is now pointing out that the foul line is right where Yakpt threw the discus. It does seem like the line having been moved by the American contestant is entering into the fact that that's where Yakpata released it. I'm sure there'll be another protest here. This is a highly irregular. 1,500 meters. Judges are ready. We're still waiting. Well, we're moving on to the next event, the men's 1,500 meters. The unified judge is still presiding over this event. The contestants haven't come into view yet. They should be coming around the corner any minute. And we'll know who will be maintaining or taking over. The American contestant has just come around the corner. He's nearing the finish line. Looks like he's got a strong lead. But this is very unusual. The American contestant has just fallen on the ground. And the unified contestant is rejoicing in his victory. We don't know what happened. It looked like he had a strong lead. It looked like nothing was going on. Maybe we can get an instant replay and look at what happened to make the American contestant just give up what seemed to be a strong, sure lead. Determined as he is, he finishes the race, limping. Nevertheless, now we'll look at this in slow motion and see what happened. Here's the instant replay in slow motion. See the American contestant, he knew he had a sure win. Oh, what's this? It looks like interference by the unified coach, by the unified judge to allow the unified contestant to win. This is highly irregular. There's the judge giving the winning signal. The American contestant on the ground. I don't believe it. We'll have to look at that again. Here we are. We zoomed a little closer this time. You can see the American contestant in the lead. There it is. There it is. Definitely interference. A trip by the unified judge as the unified contestant wins the event. I'm sure there'll be some protest over this. You ready? Well, as you can see, despite numerous protests, vigorous protests, the gold has been given to the unified team in the decathlon. Well, here's the American now. We thought he would just boycott the ceremony entirely, but it looks like they found a different form of protest. Okay, let's do it again. Well, as you can see, despite American protest, numerous protests, vigorous protest, the gold has been given to the unified team. It seems the Americans may be boycotting the ceremony. Americans still have not shown up. They're talking of the final protest, the final appeal, but I'm not sure there's anything that still can be done. But here's the silver medalist now, the American team. It seems that they've found the ultimate protest. And I think the Americans have just taken the gold into the decathlon.